Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at Hiya Toys currently, mainly their Godzilla line. Let's start off with Godzilla 2014. And yeah, this guy looks good. The sculpt is good, same goes with the paint. He does look much more movie accurate compared to a certain company. The brownish coloring on his chest looks great, and the teeth do look nicely painted.
And overall, the proportions on this guy looks great. But yes, I did say the teeth are nicely painted, but I didn't mean that they had to be that yellow. Because if we take an actual render of Godzilla 2014, we can hardly see the teeth. Well, we can see the teeth, but they're not as yellow as the Hiya Toys. And if we take a close look at Hiya Toys' leg, then there's green. And you know, let's go back to the render. Where's the green? Another thing that's unfortunate is that I kind of wish that the Hiya Toys kept that same scar that the render of Godzilla 2014 had. Another thing is that his color palette is all over the place, ranging from dark gray to green to blue.
Okay, maybe not blue, my bad, but it's not completely gray either.
Another thing is that in certain angles, they make his legs look really skinny. And for some reason, there's blue on his chest and this weird blue stuff on his neck. Heck, the blue is more visible in this shot, which makes no sense because, again, the render didn't have this problem. So what do I think? Yeah, Godzilla 2014 is good, but it still has some problems. Next up, we'll be talking about the female mutant, and wow, this is unexpected, but looks good, ranging from the sculpting to the painting to the proportions to the pricing. I gotta love those eyes, they look stunning, and this is probably the best Muto figure so far. Yeah, there's not much else to say other than this figure is good. However, there's one thing I should say is that Hiya doesn't restock their Muto figures. This is a good figure and that people will want this, but they're not gonna get it because Hiya Toys aren't gonna restock their figures. Next up, we'll be looking at the re-evolved Godzilla. This is the exact same sculpt that was made for Godzilla 2019, except it has different paint applications. But I mean, even though it has different paint, the paint is great. I really like the sandy dry brushing on this figure. It really makes all the details and scales pop out. However, they still didn't fix that paint mishatch under his jaw, but that's pretty much it. So overall, this is just the same figure but with different painting. But next up, we have Evolved Godzilla. I'm really liking the sandy dry brushing on this guy. It really feels like that he came out of Egypt. The sculpting for this guy looks great, and I gotta love that pink. For a figure that only costs $51 and has a quality like this, yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy this if I really wanted to. However, just like 2014, some shots don't look right with me, like this one right here. Like, why is he so hunched over? Not only that, his stomach is way too sunken in. I get that Evolved Godzilla is skinny, but he doesn't have to be that skinny. Finally, well, he has the pink dorsals, and he doesn't have an atomic breath accessory. Now, I'm not that mad because it does look really good. However, it's just that the Playmates, who is not meant for high quality figures, does come with an atomic breath accessory, and it's less than $20. Overall, Evolved Godzilla is good. I just kind of wish it came with an accessory, and it doesn't look like it doesn't come with a lot of articulation because, you know, other Godzilla figures don't, yeah. Next, we're going to be taking a look at Heisei Godzilla. There's not a lot to say, I'm sorry, other than that he's a pretty cool figure. Once again, the painting really brings out all of the details, and the sculpting does look good. I'm not really a big fan of how long his neck is, and I'm not really sure if he had red eyes. I'm pretty sure he had more of a brownish colored eye instead of a reddish colored orangish eye.
The dorsals for me look a little out of shape, and what I've noticed is how massively big the thighs are. So overall, the figure is great in a lot of areas. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the special colored version Ghidorah 2019. Just like the re-evolved Godzilla, this is the exact same sculpt from Ghidorah 2019, except that it has different paint applications. Though this is a recolor of the original Ghidorah 2019, I do gotta like that shade of gold. I like how shiny he looks. And finally, he comes with gravity beam accessories, and I gotta love those beam accessories. Though it's just the head that always gets me, because I don't really like the teeth. It looks like he has cavities of some sort, and two of the heads have different colored eyes compared to the other one, which maybe it's just the camera angle, or maybe that's just me. But this figure looks awesome. I like the painting, and I love those beam accessories. Next up we have is the girl herself, Shimo, or woman, I don't know. And all I gotta say is that this figure is absolutely amazing. Like, I gotta say, the sculpting is great, the details are great, same goes with the accuracy. I really like how you can see the reflections on her arms and her legs, and the mouth does have some pretty good detail. However, I don't think her tongue should be that bright. I think it should be a little bit more darker, and her eyes look a little bit more of a turtle-ish, thing, if you know what I mean. I do really like how bulky she looks, and the shading on her crystals look magnificent. And yes, I like seeing her stand on two legs, but it's kind of weird seeing her stand upright like this, because we never actually see her stand like this unless we're talking about her freezing Rio. One more thing is that she doesn't come with an accessory. Though I would be fine with this, it's just that, like with the Evolved Godzilla, the Playmates figure comes with an accessory. And it's only over $10, and it's just for a kid's toy. But overall, it has a very good sculpt, and the details are marvelous. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Energized Godzilla. Again, this is just another repaint, but this guy is actually pretty good. I like how you can see every single detail because of the blue cracks. Speaking of the blue, I really like the blue on his body. It really feels like he's glowing with energy. And the dorsals do look good. However, you can shine light on his dorsal, so it makes him look like he's glowing up even more, which I do like, but it's a little inaccurate because he doesn't glow like that, but it still looks pretty cool. And even without the light shining on the dorsals, they still have a very light tone to them, which isn't really the greatest. And they're just completely blue. Like, you don't see the veins and everything, or veins, whatever they're called, but those little lines, no, they're just completely blue. Also, I don't like how you can clearly see his black pupils. They didn't really paint the eyes very great. And, yeah, he doesn't come with any accessories other than just alternate hands, which would have been a missed opportunity for an atomic breath piece, because he still uses atomic breath even when he's in this energized form. And I would be asking for a nuclear pulse accessory, but, I mean, come on. How are they even going to do that? But overall, the painting still looks good. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Heisei Ghidorah. And if I'm being honest, this was another unexpected toy, because I was expecting a Scar King or a Beast Glove Kong, to be honest. But since this guy dropped, I was surprised and shocked. But you know what? This guy's actually pretty good. Once again, the sculpting for this guy looks great. And once again, I gotta love that gold on this guy. Another thing I noticed is that how much their neck articulation is improving significantly. I mean, just look at the necks. They can bend much more better and have a much more range of articulation. It looks like the Hiya is bumping up to SH Monstarts' level. And if you know SH Monstarts is Heisei Ghidorah, then it is good. However, unfortunately, unlike the SH Monstarts figure, he doesn't have a gravity beam accessory. But still, this figure is really good, and it is just, yeah, looks good. Finally, we're going to be taking a look at the Godzilla vs. Kong Skullcrawler. Again, just like the other repaints, there's not much to say other than that it just has different painting, but that's pretty much it. Same sculpting, same mold, everything, except it just has different paint. And once again, the paint is pretty good. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and tune in for the next one. One more thing is that if you want to buy these guys, then go ahead and buy them. I don't mind. If you really want to buy them, then go ahead. Sure, go ahead and play with that. Anyways, I'll see you on the next video, and God loves you all. Goodbye.